Jim Thomas is a notable figure in the Gelbvieh breed, but he didn't start there. Jim was raised on a Hereford ranch and was introduced to Angus cattle when he was 13 years old. Having his heart set on raising Angus, he promptly went home and bought some. By the time he got started in the Gelbvieh breed, Jim had developed a registered Angus herd.
And I had been getting bulls from Canada, but my source had dried up in Canada, and I started looking to do some crossbreeding, and somehow or another I did wind up out at the Denver Livestock Show, and I bought a bull from Valhalla, my bull Black Feature. I got started with the Gelbviehs that way, and I bought my first females from the bus ranches and started intermingling with my Angus, and it was a wonderful cross.
Not only did Jim raise quality Gelbvieh cattle, but he also became a great promoter of the breed. Jim Thomas was responsible for getting the Gelbvieh Association a place in the headquarters at the American Royal, thus earning him the nickname Mr. Gelbvieh.
We needed to expose what we had. I was unfortunate enough to get appointed that we were going to make a big move at the American Royal. I talked to Kenny Knopf at that time, who was the superintendent of the Royal, to see if I could meet with the board. He told me when their board meeting would be, and he took me to it. The chairman of that committee was a guy by the name of Dusty Rhodes, who happened to be the executive director of the Horn Hereford Association. Dusty was getting ready to close the meeting, and Kenny told him, said, "Wait a minute, Mr. Thomas is here to do business with you guys." And I said, "We want to have a show here, and we want to be upstairs with you people." "Well, we cannot show down there where you have us now, because there's nobody that's ever going to see us. If I'd have been in Siberia, I would have been in a warmer spot than where I was." After a long period of discussion, I told him, I said, "I'll tell you, if you will let us be up here," I said, "I want room for 100 head of cattle. If I can't produce 100 head of cattle to come to this show, you'll never have to hear about us again."
That summer, Jim hit the road visiting ranchers and convincing them to come to the next year's show. In the 1981 show, there were 113 cattle entered from 41 breeders, and 103 cattle showed.
That's how our breeders performed and got us entered and kept us alive in that show. That was just one of the shows that we really got going. We got Billings open, we got Louisville open, we got state fairs open. It was an exciting period of time where we really got our cattle out in front of the people.
At this point, the breed needed someone well-connected in the industry to give the Gelbvieh breed a lift. Thus began Jim's relationship with Dr. Bill Abel to start Golden Cattle Sales.
And he and I were friends because I lived in Manhattan, and I worked with the animal science department there at K-State. I wasn't a part of it, but I was involved with all of them. And I talked him into joining me with Golden Cattle Sales, and he was willing to do it, and it was good for the breed. It was a time that our breed was growing, and we needed that push.
In the last 5 years, Jim has been instrumental in developing the American Gelbvieh Foundation's Gelbvieh History Book.
Mark Goes hit me up about 2015, I guess. He kind of goaded me into this deal. Said, you need to start writing stuff down, what you remember of all this, and trying to make a history book. Anyway, I got started and found out it was going to be fun. And the deeper I got into it, the more fun it was. Anyway, everybody that I could think of and could find, I got on the phone and spent hours and hours and hours on the phone with them, and everything that I could find, and it was a labor of love. Fun, fun, fun.
Jim Thomas is thankful to have been able to work with the Gelbvieh breed and for members who've helped it to get where it is today. He considers it to be one of his greatest endeavors.
So I'd like to thank the foundation for considering me for this award. It's just been a wonderful experience, and promoting them and working with them has just been the best thing I've ever done in my life.